Hello, readers. My name is Ricky Raw. I'm from Ireland, from Belfast in Ireland. I'm a former Republican prisoner, former IRA Republican prisoner. I was in prison on four separate occasions for the IRA. The last one being for a bank robbery, and during which I was sentenced to 8 years imprisonment. Six of which, three of which I did on what was called the blanket protest, where we didn't come out of our cells for 3.5 years. I am an author. I have four books written. My last book was Northern Heist, and Northern Heist is a book that is based primarily on the Northern Bank robbery in Belfast in 2004. This was the biggest robbery at the time in British or Irish history. The robbers actually got away with £26.5 million, which is $33 million. And it was what we call a tagger kidnapping, and you may know it as a hostage kidnapping, where they hold the family of bank employees hostage and they force them to go to the bank and bring the money out of the bank to them and then release the families. It was, in my view, it's not politic to say it, but this particular robbery, because of its size, because of the amount of organisation involved in it, and as I say, it's not politic to say it, but it was a work of art from a robber's point of view. You had these, what actually happened was that two families, not just one, two families had to be held hostage. So you had two different bank employees who had keys to the safe, and they one of them had to bring out £1 million at lunchtime to one of the robbers, and that was the indication to the robbers that the police had no knowledge whatsoever of what was happening. They then brought down a huge big lorry and filled it up with money at the side of the bank. The lorry went away, came back again, and they filled it up with money a second time. The police never found out about any of this until 24 hours after the robbery had been carried out. So, as I say, in my view, it was an incredibly ingenious operation. And I say operation because the British government, the Irish government, the police, etc., everyone believed it was the work of the IRA, and so do I, because there's no one else in Ireland would have had the know-how, the wit, or the ingenuity to put it off. So, this is to say, December 2004. So myself and my daughter were in a pub. We're having a pint and we were talking about it, and it was all the talk was the IRA did it. And then, as all books start, they start off with an idea. They start off with a what if. And I said to my daughter, what if the IRA didn't do it? What if some super criminal, an ordinary decent criminal, came up with this idea and pulled this off? And that was the gem. That was the seed that eventually became Northern Heist. Now, it took it 12 years to germinate, simply because I had other stuff to do. I had other books to write, but it eventually did, and we ended up with Northern Heist. And I mean, Northern Heist was an intricate book because I was saying that it was not the IRA. I had to create characters, my own characters, and I had to create one character in particular who would carry the book, and that character was a guy called Ructions O'Hare. And I picked the name Ructions deliberately because Ructions means mayhem, and he was the protagonist. He's the guy that carried the book. So I was happy enough with that, and I wrote the book, and and it was published and it sold very well in Ireland, and luckily for me, it was spotted in New York. I hope you enjoy it. It's getting very nice reviews, and I'm just happy that I'm having the opportunity to speak to you today about it. And thank you so much for listening.